Hey everybody, TR again from T-Man Performance. Sierra and Jared asked me to do a quick video of the installation of our V24 Air Cleaner. Quite simple, but I just wanted to kind of go through a couple things with you. So when you first receive it, you get it home or you get it, you'll need to unbox it. And at that time, if you would, please just check the air cleaner, check for any issues with it as far as chips or scratches. We have a 48-hour return policy from the time it's delivered. So please check into that stuff first, okay? So then when you get it here, what you'll do is the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to take, I've loosened these, but you'll want to take out these 4 screws here. These are what hold the front cover on. It's those 4 right there. I'm just going to set this over here with the air cleaner. Then when you come to this portion, you'll have to take the adapter off. This is a 2-piece, so it will take a 3/16 Allen. And you'll basically just unscrew the adapter from the air cleaner face, or backing plate I should say. And then this will just pull off. Now then you're going to have your adapter. This is the part that bolts onto the actual throttle body itself. We make these for the 55 or for the 68, so just specify which one you want when ordering your air cleaner. Okay, so now one of the things I want to show you on this particular piece, there is 2 different lengths. The top one is your longest one, which is right there, and then you'll have the 2 that are the same length, and they are your bottom ones. Okay, and they'll go there and there. Okay, now we recommend either using some type of Loctite. You can either use blue or red. Some guys prefer the red. Normally we'll use blue. That way if I do want to take it off, I don't have to heat everything horrendously. So, and if you'll notice, you have an O-ring here in the back. That is a seal, and then you have an O-ring here in the front, okay? So your next step would be just to, after you've installed your Loctite, you'll just come over here and you'll just align that. That one will screw onto there. There shouldn't be no bind, no rough going. Everything should just go nice and smooth for you, okay? And after I say with the Loctite on these, in this area here, this is a piece that you won't be taking off that often. So if you wanted to use red here and red on the front, feel free. Just don't overdo it. I see a lot of guys that really overdo that red Loctite, and then it's hard to get it off. So then you can take, then what you'll do is I recommend torquing. We torque these to 140 inch-pounds. That's 140 inch-pound. Then you'll come along, now it's time to install your backing plate. So now you'll have the 3 screws that are all the same length. You'll just start those one at a time. And what I do now, they'll sit on these dowel pins. You have 2 dowel pins. Always make sure they're in the adapter. Sometimes they will stick in the back, but more than likely we use a little looser fit on here than we do here. So those should stay in there for you, okay? Then basically what you'll do is just get that aligned up. Now, as you start to put this on, one suggestion I might make is you've got the hose that hooks on the back of the air cleaner. Okay, so what you might want to do is before you get this all on and get it, you might want to get that hose on your plug here, because it's a little harder to get to that once, because we're dealing with something without a tank on it. So as you're putting it up on there, slide your hose on there. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll put this on there, and I just leave this a little snug. And then what I'll like to do there is grab my spacers and my bolts, and before this is pulled down tight, I slip my spacers in the back. I'll usually use a little blue Loctite on these, and then I'll put those in there and get those started. As you can see here, everything it should be aligned perfectly. There shouldn't be having to move. Sometimes you might have to move the throttle body up one way or the other, but on these ones here, there's not much movement in them at all. So then once I've got these started and everything of that nature, then I'll come in and I'll go back and I'll tighten these up, okay? And I just snug them up here. And then I'll come back and then I'll do my 140 inch-pound on these as well, okay? And like I said, these are Loctited in, okay? And then with my bolts here, now a lot of times you'll see one spacer might be a little bit looser than the other. That doesn't concern me, because when you pull it back, it kind of straightens everything back in. So what I do is I'm just going to screw this in lightly with the And then now what I do is with a little bit of Loctite on it, I'll come in there and I'll torque them about 24 foot-pound. Okay, so at that point the air cleaner is on, everything is secured, and you're ready to put your outer filter back on in your outer plate. So just grab this here. Okay, now the little metal piece, believe it or not, I see a lot of these air cleaners running around with the metal on top. I put it on the bottom, okay, just so it doesn't show. Okay, and then what I'll do is a lot of times I'll just use a real light pinch of blue Loctite. Do not get carried away with that, because remember, you might want to get these out, and these are stainless steel bolts, and you can round these heads off easily if you don't have a good fitting Allen wrench or something of that nature. So please don't, if you use a little Loctite, do not get carried away on them. Tighten these up. I get them all started. And like I say, if you were going to torque them, I'd stay in that 100 to 110 inch-pounds. It doesn't have to be crazy on those, okay? And please make sure that you use a good Allen, because we get guys that will call us and they've rounded those out where they've used an Allen that doesn't fit it. That's an 1/8 inch. So there you go. So all the tools that you're going to need I used a 3/16 T. I used an 1/8 inch T. Of course, my torque wrench was a 3/16 Allen, and then I had a 9/16 socket, and that's all I needed. Thank you very much. Take care.